Yeah, for the Transformers news, talking about Transformers Earthrise Leader Class Doubledealer in-hand images now. So yeah, he turns into like a weird rocket ship base thing and also a crazy eagle bird. So,
Yeah.
and you said you're into him, and you're not usually into Autobots as much, right?
Well, no, I mean that's the thing. I've limited my collecting to Decepticons just to save myself money. Of course, it hasn't worked, but I mean, like, yeah, no, this guy's really cool. That eagle form is something that, like, it's so weird that I just, yeah, I kind of dig it. An eagle with a giant missile on its back. I mean,
I
come
know, I
on.
like it.
It just, it's so obscurely odd that, it would make good pictures. Plus, his head sculpt is really nice. Like, I really dig that figure for some reason. I'm
Yeah, I
really,
like that. I like the colors. He's bulky, he's chunky. I like there's the G1 toy of him too that's really big and cool as well. So like I've always liked that one. So it's cool to see this generation's take on him, you know?
yeah, no, it's like that turquoise color really, really, and purple. It really, like, it speaks to me, and so on so many levels. Like, I really dig it. I still, like, even looking at it now, I'm thinking, huh, should I open up the other screen, go onto that website, and pre-order him because he looks really nice.
Yeah, and I had that. They haven't been there with Train. He's a little bit taller than Astro Train. I have that Astro Train, so like that's a good size. I mean, it's not as big as the old leader class figures or anything, but it's still a good size. And yeah, no, I'm sure when this guy drops, they'll have him once. They'll have him out in a bit. Like you'll be able to find him at a Toys R Us or Walmart. Well, where I live, probably pretty easy, but.
Yeah, where you live.
You could get more of your stuff like once ages 3 and up opens. You could get some of your pre-orders there and just walk in and get them.
Yeah, no, I know. Everything's so screwed up now that I don't really know like, how to do anything at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I see pre-orders, like, I might as well just do that because I'm never gonna know. And I've been to every Walmart in Vancouver, and I mean, it's slim pickings here for anything. So I
Yeah,
don't.
how many Walmarts did you go to and you only saw a few of the Netflix figures, right?
I only saw the Netflix figures at one of them in North Vancouver, and that was the last one I went to. And let me think, I went to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Walmarts, and I only saw
Wow.
them in one.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just for this figure overall, yeah, the bird mode that I'm looking at with its wings out looks super sick. The robot mode, yeah, it's all right. I do really like the beast little weird bird mode though the most, and yeah, like I don't have a big connection to this figure. Like I said, I've seen the G11, I've seen people review it and stuff, but it wasn't really in any continuity on the American side at the time. But still, pretty cool for an Autobot. Hey,
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, I think the price point though was kind of high for
it
me, and that's
is.
like 60 something bucks, if I'm not mistaken. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
even more like $70 because Astro Chain's about that much.
yeah. So I think that's the reason why I didn't pull the trigger, because like I can do so much more with that $70, Transformers wise.
Yeah, you can put it towards the Japanese figure.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, hey, why not?
Well, this figure looks pretty awesome. I was pretty stoked when I saw it because it had this character's only been referenced a few times and stuff. Is the Takara? Well, Takara Mall is doing an exclusive, so it's an exclusive, but it's Super Megatron, and yeah, it is Super Megatron.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, though it has a vehicle mode and a like flying plane mode, and it's just we both have it pre-ordered, so that's awesome.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, when I first saw it, I was just like, "Meh, it looks like a hot mess." And then I saw it, more pictures of like its transformations and stuff like that, and I thought, it just started to grow on me. And then, I never thought I'd get a chance to pre-order it. And then you said you had it pre-ordered, so I was like, "Oh, well, I'm just gonna check online here and see if I." And I saw the pre-order up, so I immediately just pre-ordered and bought it. So yeah, I couldn't
Yeah,
help myself.
yeah, no, I got lucky because I was secretly wanting it, and then the person that was getting me my pre-orders, I felt like I was kind of like not pestering them, but I kept saying like pre-order me this, pre-order me that, and I don't want to be like that to people, right? Like, but it's like when it's you're in, and then yeah, they texted me like I couldn't get a hold of you, I pre-ordered it for you, so I mean, people are looking out, but I was just like I was panicked, because I was like, man, I really want to ask that, but I'm already yelling at people, get me a Prime, get me a this, get me a that,
Yeah.
don't want to come off of this that way, but when it's toy stuff, you kind of have to just, if you're gonna say it because it's part of the hustle. But we're just happy. We all try to look out for each other. Like you couldn't find the Mirage new Netflix figure. I grabbed it for you. You sent me the money. I mean, like, we're looking out for each other, right?
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, that's the thing. It's nice to have an extra pair of eyes, like in another city. I mean, that's the whole thing. Like at this point, that's what friends are for, right? That's what we do.
Yeah, and the collector game, and this Megatron just looks so sick. Like these other up close images someone took of it in robot mode. Yes, it has the Galvatron legs with the tank treads, but the upper half is just amazing.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, like those Galvatron knees. I just, at first I was just like, Psh, I don't care, but and then the more I look at it, the more I'm like, hey, pretty hot. Those Galvatron knees are pretty hot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've heard some people saying many things about it, like already, like maybe like they spent the money up on the upper half just because these they don't have all the money for these Generation Selects guys, right? So they spent the money up there and then they kind of left it. So
yeah, no, it's gonna be fun to finally get this guy a ham. What is it, third quarter or something like that? Then summer or something like that. We're gonna get this thing.
Third quarter, and yeah, I think it's based on like from that manga and stuff. They posted it on Transformers News, TF 2005 as well, and because I think he has that, like he's shooting that beam from his face. He has the different heads, so they don't have that Galvatron head, which is something to mention because that Galvatron head for this figure, the original mold, was so terrible because you couldn't turn his head and you had to like place it in there with that headmaster. It was complete trash.
Yeah. It's a sweet item. I'm kind of having to pay $100 for it is kind of annoying, but
I forgot that.
Yeah,
the price on it. I know, I forgot because Galvatron is like a $39 figure. So
right, yeah. I mean, it's still though. I mean, it's kind of nice to have an exclusive figure, and eventually I'm going to click on the website and it's going to say sold out, and I'll be like, well, I'm glad I did this. So.
Yeah, and review it right away or show it in a toy hall, do something, because that'll help. And like that, one of the first people with this, that'll be awesome.
Oh, for sure. No, trust me, I'm going to film my pickup video in the parking lot out the front. That thing will be uploading as I take the SkyTrain home from the toy store. So
yeah.
On my phone.
Stream as soon as you get in there and walk out, just reviewing the figure. This is it.
yeah. I'm gonna have a GoPro strapped to my forehead.
Yeah. That'd be awesome. But yeah, that's the thing. The price for this guy, like if you don't have the money for it, or it's just like they are pricey to get into. But like I have that Optimus Prime, the Star one, the Japanese one they released a little while ago, so it'll go well with that figure and stuff. But overall, like I'm super stoked. I like the look. I just like the face and the head sculpt, and the whole upper half that they've redone is just perfect.
Yeah.
And I'm stoked. Like the alt modes, the jet and the tank mode are a little strange, but
yeah, they're a little, it's just him kind of folded in half for the most part for the tank mode. But the jet mode, at first I was just like, oh, I don't want a jet mode Megatron. And then I'm like, fine, the jet mode's actually pretty cool too. So, it doesn't take much for me to bend in the opposite direction.
No, and it does look like kind of like the movie Megatron jet mode and stuff, and I think they show it in that anime or that the manga block or manga, whatever kids are saying today. But it looks pretty cool, and it's different. But it just it'd be cool if it had more of like a weapon mode like Galvatron, but I'm happy with the way they went with it, and it looks really cool. The colors, the red just pops on it, and I spent a lot on it, but I'll be happy when it arrives.
Yeah, me too.
Well, the Masterpiece world, they're still doing masterpieces. There's some original G1 stuff on the way and some other stuff, but I kind of want to talk about this one. I actually kind of don't mind this figure. It's a Takara Tomy, obviously movie masterpiece, but it's MPM-10 Starscream. So it's Starscream from the movies. It's the chicken. It's the nacho style. They call him a nacho. I think he's a nacho chip. He's the chicken head nacho body transformer. For some reason I have the movie figures that are like you can buy in the store of these guys, like just the whatever Michael Bay formers.
Mm-hmm.
I do have some of these. I have like 2 or 3 Starscreams, and yeah, for some reason, yeah, I like how stupid it looks. I am a fan.
Yeah, well, I mean, it does look well, stupid, but I mean, the thing is this is the one situation where the alt mode like kind of is the payoff for this, because like
Totally.
that jet is like as sweet as it gets.
Hmm. Yeah, I still like. I think I'd still say I would prefer the robot mode in a weird way because I just think it's so quirky and like the movie. He just was a big triangle tortilla bodied Starscream with a chicken head. You know what I mean? It was such a weird concept. But yeah, the when I see the alt mode, it looks awesome. It does. Like especially with all the guns they have on this one and stuff on those one pictures, all the missiles and stuff. It's pretty sweet.
No, yeah, exactly. It's such a clean transformation. I mean, it's probably, 47 steps to get it into that situation.
Oh,
But
definitely
like,
more. It's probably a pain in the butt.
yeah, yeah, no kidding. But I've been sometimes I look at these Bayformers figures and I think, they're actually not that bad. Like they are really not as bad as I thought they were. Like, so,
Mm.
it is crazy looking and it is not my thing, but I wouldn't I'm not completely against it. Like I get where it's coming from, which is
Hmm.
unusual because like at first I was just like, nah, that ain't a transformer.
Hmm.
That's just a
Yeah, it's just not. Yeah, it's someone. It's a different generation's Transformers. Like these Michael Bay movies. Like if I was 8 years old and I saw that and I didn't, that was my introduction to Transformers. You wouldn't know no better, and like it would probably hold a certain place in your heart, even if they look like a huge Dorito robot or whatever, you know.
exactly.
And I was like 2007. I was still young enough, like 19 or 20, just to, or something like that, just to like it still had that a bit of a young impact because it was the first time Transformers was in a theater, and like yeah, I kind of thought like, why is that a triangle chicken-headed Starscream? I was like, that's what they did to Starscream. I was so confused, but in a way, I think it has some sort of weird look to it that I don't actually mind, but. I'm not really into any of these masterpiece figures that are Michael Bay, but this one kind of catches my eye a little bit. The really sick alt mode and then the silly robot mode it's always been known for.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
And yeah, you've kind of come around on these guys a little bit.
A little bit. I mean, really, I'm surprised. It's I'm softening around the edges when it comes to these guys. I was really against it, but I don't know. There's something about them that there's just something about them that's it's almost it's like it's so wrong that it's right.
Trans. It's an acquired taste. We don't usually talk about like third party too much on here. I'm not nothing that I'm too against third party. I think they do an amazing job. Some of their stuff is so well done, and yeah, probably better quality than Hasbro with some of these things. But yeah, I am a little bit of a Puritan just to keep myself in some sort of like that's what I collect, right? I wanted to bring up Zeta Toy ZA07 Bruticon metallic version, so AKA Bruticus, and I think there has been a different version of this maybe, but this is the metallic version.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, which is I'm thinking, but yeah, no, overall, I love this set. Yeah, the all combined, all the little vehicle modes, and it's the combaticons, the like war vehicles and a space shuttle and the separate robot modes. What do you have to say about this?
Oh, this is right. I love this. The third party stuff for me is just this is where it's at because they do the things that Hasbro they're not going to do, and this figure is just it's absolutely crazy. I love everything about it. It's like I mean look at it. It's Hasbro would never release anything like this.
If they did, it would take them a decade, but
Yeah, no, I mean it's so clean. It's so like not busy. Every single thing, like every figure is amazing in its own way. Like you'd never expect something like this to even come out.
Yeah, the thing is like yeah, they mostly resemble exactly kind of G1-ish. They're a little different when they're all apart, but I'd say like when they're all combined, it is G1 to a T basically. Like Hasbro did something like this. Yeah, I mean they'd have a lot to live up to because this set is pretty amazing. Like the vehicle modes look pretty sharp, and when it's all together, I mean it's breathtaking. Like I said, I'm not too big into the third party scene, but when I see this, I'm like, wow, that's money.
Oh, for sure. And it is money because I think this thing is like $4 if you're going to buy it. Like, so, that's the thing. You're at $400 for this. So, and I mean, when you think about it, there's 5 figures, right? So it's what, $80 a fig? Like, still, I mean, like, that's almost worth it. You know what I mean? Because when you put this bad boy together, it's money. Like, that's the thing.
Yeah, no, I think it says upgraded combined mode headpiece with sounds, lights, upgrade back cannons, upgrade tracks on the figures, upgraded LED lights for the figures. So I mean, like, this is a reissue. I think with the metallic, and it's also like, has some upgrade kits on it and all that, which is pretty awesome.
Oh yeah, but I mean that metallic glow sheen over everything is just, I mean, that's where it's at. I mean, that's where it's at. It's like catching a shiny in Pokemon. This is it. This is your shiny. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, this would go well with any set of Masterpiece and stuff like that.
Oh, any day. I'd love to have this if I had the room.
Yeah, this stuff it's weird. I like these type of Transformers. I also don't because they're so finicky to transform. It's not like a figure that you want on your desk or like you like play with a lot or whatever, just to, like, interact with it and stuff. Because like, yeah, you're scared to break this. You know what I mean? Like, be pretty. When the figures are all in their like separate modes and stuff. You snap somebody's arm off and then you can't combine it or something. That'd be kind of horrific. But
oh no, for sure, for sure. I mean, and especially with third party stuff, you never know like the quality control down the line how well these things are put together. I mean, I know because ordering stuff from AliExpress, that stuff is just barely like sometimes you wonder if it's actually even plastic. So I mean, but for over $400, that, I mean, it's not going to fall apart.
maybe, yeah. I mean, like Masterpiece figures I have, they do like even the Hasbro ones, like just how they are because they're so like the plastic and stuff, like just the way you have to bend things and pop things out so precisely and stuff. It's like sometimes they're just finicky. It's not like it's made like cheap, but it's still like it's just like how it's built. It's like, kind of higher class, and then it could easily, some of it could snap, you know what I mean? But
yeah, I'd love to have one of these figures in my hand just to see how they feel, the heft of it, and the joints and stuff, because that's really the key in anything like this. Is it may look good in these pictures, but these pictures are all just pictures, and you need to have it in hand to know whether it's worth the money.
No, totally. Yeah, I think it is. Like I said, I think I've seen where people review this one, or if it wasn't this one, it was one that was very similar, and it was just the regular style colors of it. But yeah, this is coming out in July, so
yeah.
It's not something I'll probably be getting. Like I said, I'm trying to stay in that realm, of Hasbro and stuff, or Takara Tomy and stuff more than this. But I'm still highly impressed with this. And yeah, if I was rich, I'd have all these. If I could have like, someone to represent, have the Hasbro guys, and then the guys I couldn't get on Hasbro, to fill in for the Masterpiece line, a whole collection. I would like something like this,
Oh, easily. If I had the money, I'd be dropping stuff like this nonstop.
Yeah, but yeah, I know, can't spend everything on this, but yeah, it's super cool. And yeah, if you're one of these third-party fans, this is your chance to jump on this figure again before, like, scalpers get it. Well, yeah, that kind of does it for Transformers news-ish, like on figures, because, there's not a lot of news. A lot of cons are shut down. A lot of stuff is on halt, but we'll keep on it. More videos on that. We love to give somewhat of our opinion, even if we don't know everything about the figure. It's just fun. And yeah, you did a huge haul. You had your video up there. You got like what, 15 plus sealed figures and some other figures now, but you have that video up and you showed them all. And yeah, I was pretty impressed to see that many sealed figures in one haul.
Yeah, so that was the thing. Like I was looking on we're stuck inside, so you peruse the internet. So I was looking up I don't know where I came across it, but I saw a picture of this one Megatron that looked really cool. It's called Sharkticon Megatron. And it was from Beast Hunters. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, these Beast Hunter figures. And so I fell down the rabbit hole and I started looking at these Beast Hunter figures. And I thought, well, these things are pretty cool. And so, like I really dug the design. I'm like, I have no idea what's going on here, but they look really cool. So I started like searching on the internet, how much are these figures, if I was going to buy them. And so on eBay, I found, there were 18 sealed Beast Hunter Transformers figures in like literally in Coquitlam. That's just, it's basically like a half-hour drive from my
Yeah, it
house.
was off eBay, but there was in Vancouver mainland.
Yeah, in the Lower Mainland here. So I was like, So I messaged the guy and I'm like, okay, well, I know there's a pandemic, but how about local pickup so I don't have to pay delivery, any shipping? And he's like, yeah, okay. And then I was like, well, if I bought them all, would you like cut me a little bit of a deal? And he's like, oh yeah, for sure. No, we'll knock some money off. And so, so I ended up with 18 sealed Beast Hunter figures. And so I'm just like, yeah, there's a couple of doubles. I think there's only two that I have doubles. So there's, I have 15 sealed Beast Hunter figures. And so once then I started to do the research about like, well, how many Beast Hunter figures are there? Could I have a whole set of sealed Beast Hunter figures?
Yeah.
And I'm like 10 away maybe from having an entire sealed set. So the last thing that I did it was about a week ago, I ordered 5 more off of the internet, off of eBay, from another Canadian order, but it was from out east. So and I got them to combine shipping. So there's 5 off that list. So I maybe have like 5 or 6 left before I have a complete sealed Beast Hunter figure collection.
You know what's weird? I did see some weird ones though. I like that because there's like 2 that you had, but I swear they were different colors and they were worth like a bit more unless they were like. Did you look into that? If is any weird exclusives for them or?
Well, there are exclusives. There's like a couple of sets that are like have 2 figures in them, and then there's the I don't remember off the top of my head what it is, but I think it's let's see, I have
Yeah,
a
just
list
check.
here.
Yeah.
There's a like a bumblebee that's a different like an alternate bumblebee. There's like 3 bumblebees, and then there's 2 different Optimuses. There's the Predaking figure and an Ultra Magnus figure. There's some weird variants, but
Have you seen that Black Dragon?
yeah, I did with the orange.
I think it's purple and black, but
Geez, you're gonna have to send me a link for that. But
yeah, just now, yeah.
But yeah, like I mean, I've pretty well covered most of the figures. Like there are some that were released only, I think, only in Japan, so I might get screwed there. But regardless, like even if I do get screwed there, I mean,
well, I think it's a different because like complete North American or.
Yeah. I mean, oh yeah, okay, yeah, him, yeah, okay. I think I have seen him. That might be like I don't know who that guy is.
I know I can't find a list for how like what exclusives are where. I just like when I search Google Images Beast Wars Hunter exclusives, that guy comes up.
Right, yeah. I mean there's some that are Target exclusives, but like I have one of them already. So like that's a done deal. There's another Canadian sale for another Target exclusive that I can get. So I mean,
yeah,
I'm pretty close. Like I can easily like.
Because look at this one. I don't know how crazy it is, but there's a weird. Did you see this weird Shockwave Beast Hunter exclusive? What is it? It's a Transformers Beast Hunters exclusive Shockwave Lab exclusive.
Okay, this is a Comic-Con exclusive.
Okay.
Oh, the Shockwave Lab. Yeah, no, I have seen this one.
Okay, that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, and I think I've
the
seen.
box is amazing.
Yeah, I've seen them for sale on U.S. sellers, but this is the problem. Getting this from a Canadian seller would be difficult. And like now that there's a pandemic, I'm not going to order from across any international boundary because forget it. But yeah, like I've seen this guy, even though it is a Comic-Con exclusive, it probably only cost me $100. So.
But yeah, this line, it's doable to collect them all. But what are you going for, sealed line or?
Yep. completely. Might as well. I mean, this is the thing. Like, if I start, when you get 18 figures all at the same time that are all sealed, you either crack them all open right then or you just leave them as is. Because I mean, imagine having a whole sealed set of one line of action figure. It would be crazy. It would be crazy. And I mean, like, it's not out of this world considering I'm 90% of the way there anyway, right? So
Yeah, and like it's a subset of Transformers Prime. Hey.
yeah, that's what it is. That's the thing. They are literally remolds of
The
like
Prime
the
line,
prime line. Yeah.
remolds, recolors.
Yeah.
Cause yeah, have you seen that one? There's like an Optimus. He's like got the goo or something, or green on him and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, he's got the green on him and a big shield with
Yeah,
the Autobot symbol on it. Yeah, I've seen that, and he's just basically exactly the same as the Prime. There's two that are almost exactly the same, and
right.
there's two in the Beast Hunters line that are exactly the same as well, but they've just got different boxes and they're just slightly colored different. Like I think one's red and one's green, but I mean, like, these are the things, like, they're not that much. Like, nobody seemed to want these, or they're actually like not, they're new enough that they don't cost a fortune. So
Yeah, they were in and out before they were like in. Like I remember seeing them on the shelves, but it was just like quick, you know.
yeah, because I feel like I never even saw this stuff. So I mean, it's like I didn't know what they were, and then 3 days later I had 15 figures, and then 2 days after that I'd placed the order. I actually ended up, when I finally did order the Sharkticon Megatron, and I got a Grimwing as well. The
That
larger.
Gremlin looks cool. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that Sharkticon Megatron is one, like, it has to be literally my favorite figure, and it's in a box, and I'm not taking him out of the box.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'd love to get my hands on him and take some photos, but it is the craziest looking figure, craziest Megatron I've ever seen. I absolutely love it. It literally is my favorite of all my
Yeah.
figures.
Yeah, and another reason you don't like the type. Oh yeah, yeah. Well, do you have any of these open? Like, do you have
Nope,
any
nope.
Beast Hunter figures open? Yeah, so you can't even do your classic photography with them or whatever.
No,
So
I've got two spares that are sealed, and I either trade them in for store credit at
yeah,
age 3 and up, or if I open them, what am I gonna do with two open, right?
mm-hmm.
Like, it doesn't feel right. You know what I mean? It just doesn't feel right. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to do. Like, like I said, when you have this many in such a rapid pace, getting this many sealed figures, it's just like, well, I only have one choice, and that's just leave them
Mm-hmm.
in their little houses.
Yeah, no, it's an interesting line to have sealed. So yeah, it's not too old, it's not too new. It's just in that area of cheap.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's in
Or
that area of cheaper. That's the thing, because, like, I mean, I wanted the animated figures, and I mean, like, I'd have to sell a kidney in order to buy
mm-hmm.
those. So I mean,
Mm-hmm.
forget it. Those things are really, like, they're a hot commodity, and these Beast Hunter ones are just like, I get the idea that there are places on this planet, there are toy stores where these Beast Hunter figures are actually still on shelves.
Yeah, I mean,
You
it
know,
could
they just
happen.
they just haven't sold, and they're just sitting there somewhere in some obscure toy store somewhere.
Well, if Zellers was still open in Canada,
Oh,
they would have it.
yeah, I'd just go up there and buy them.
That's why I miss Zellers. It was like you could travel like back in time, like 10 years in toys, and just go in there and like they'd have some modern stuff and some stuff that never sold.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, when they were going out of business, I bought like 3 copies of Fire Emblem for the DS for $10 each. They were on the discount rack, and I was,
Hmm.
because when Zellers was going out of business. Fire Emblem for the DS for $10. I was like, okay, well, these are immediately being flipped. Like, uh,
God, that was around on the DS. Yeah, I don't
yeah,
know what year they closed Zellers. I wonder if I can look that up quickly. But um,
it was over a decade ago. It has to be.
I'm gonna be surprised when I see the time. But yeah. So it's nice to go back in time and at Zellers, but
Yeah, yeah. No, I wish there was a place like that still open, but all we have is Walmart, and
yeah, it
that
was just it was such a cool thing, you know, because it was like a Canadian thing that wasn't Walmart, it wasn't London Drugs, even though it's probably Canadian, but it was just some sort of like mixture of like you get cheap clothes and you know they had video stuff and toys and like stuff for the house, right?
Oh yeah, no. It was the catch-all. It was the Canadian Tire of
Target. It was Target for Canadians years
Target.
before Target existed, right? Because they changed every Zellers to a Target, but then they got shut down. Like it went out of business. Did you have any Targets in Vancouver?
Yeah, there was. I went
Yeah.
to one out. I can't remember where it was, Metrotown or Richmond or something. But like, yeah, there was one. But I mean, like, they closed them down because we have no brand loyalty to Target in Canada,
I
so
know.
nobody shopped there. So they went broke.
Yeah, I know. This is crazy. I didn't realize that 2013 it says it closed
Real.
completely.
Jeez. Okay. Yeah. Well, I can imagine. Yeah.
I know.
2015. Yeah.
Ceased operation 2013, so maybe 13, so maybe like yeah, I felt like it closed sooner here, but yeah, there's Eaton's on here and all this stuff, but it's just wow, insane. But yeah, like you find Beast Hunter figures in the Zellers if they were still open was the
Oh.
point. We got so sidetracked with Zellers.
Yeah. Sorry.
I love getting into Zellers, so that was just
Yeah.
a sneak peek of like you know we could do a podcast on Zellers. But yeah, no, I'm stoked, man. You got all those figures. You're going for the full line. You got to do a collection video of that. If you haven't seen Grub Gun's video of him holding up 13 or 15 sealed or more figures, then I'll link it down in the description below. But yeah, it was pretty awesome, and yeah, and now you're getting the full addiction vibe.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. And I mean, if anyone can hook me up with any links to where I can find the more obscure ones, you know, I'm very open to clicking obscure links for rare figures. So got nothing else to do, right?
Heck yeah, always trying to look out for each other in the toy world. But yeah, super cool. Yeah, check out the video and yeah.